gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Collector Zone's live stream here every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Welcome to the show where I talk all things video games. This is going to be killer. So, for the shows that I'll be doing every Sunday, I'm going to be talking about, all things video games, which is my passion. I love video games. I was one of the fortunate ones growing up. I was able to see the Atari when it first came out, the arcades when he first started. I was lucky enough to be born in that era, And so I figured it would be fitting for the first episode to talk a little bit about the dawn of the home console, because that's how we all got hooked, besides playing the video games at the arcades. So let's talk about the beginning. Now, in 1967, developer at Saunders Associates, led by Ralph Baird, invented a prototype multiplayer, multi-program video game system that could be played on television. It was known as Brown Box. Now, Baird is referred to sometimes as a father of video games. He licensed this Brown Box device to Magnavox, which sold the system to customers as the Odyssey, which is the very first home console in 1972. Over the next few years, primarily the Odyssey console would commercially, die out. But that was the start of it. And, one of the Odyssey's 28 games that was inspired for Atari's Pong, that first arcade video game, which blew everybody away, was released in 1972. And of course, in 1975, Atari released a home version of Pong, which is a successful arcade counterpart. So growing up, I had that little two-knob Pong thing in my home. I was lucky enough, my grandfather gave it to me and my brother to play, and that's pretty much how I got hooked, besides playing the arcade games. And I loved hanging out at the arcade. Now, of course, in time, there was the infamous video game crash. So yes, in 1983, the North American video game industry experienced a major crash due to a number of factors, including oversaturated game markets. I mean, the competition for computer gaming and a surplus, overhyped, and the low quality of the games, such as the infamous ET game by Atari, pretty much did its damage. And the last years of where the crash happened, a lot of companies went bankrupt. Several home computer and video game console companies just lost a lot of money. Now, the video game industry, however, in 1985, began to bloom again, thanks to Nintendo, as it's known as the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, also called the Famicom in Japan, came to the United States. And the NES had improved its graphics with the 8-bit graphics, the color sound, and the gameplay, over previous consoles, like one of my favorite first consoles, which was the ColecoVision. Back when I was growing up, my neighbor had the Atari, and I would go over his house and play the Space Invaders and then the asteroids, and I had a blast and I was hooked, and I won one. But it took years for me to save up mowing lawns, doing chores for our neighbors, bring up the money to get me a console, which was eventually the ColecoVision. But of course, I still hung out at the arcades. But as time went on, Nintendo was kicking butt, and it brought back that joy. I remember buying my first Nintendo, playing Mario for the first time. It was a blast. Now, in 1989, the first console wars kind of began right about that time. Sega released its 16-bit Genesis console in North America as a successor to the 1986 Sega Master System, which felt pretty bad. Complete, it was competing against NES. With its technology superior to the NES, clever marketing ploys, and the 1991 release of Sonic the Hedgehog game, the Genesis made a significant headway against its older revival of the NES. And in 1991, Nintendo released its 16-bit Super NES. I remember that console, and man, it was killer. Super Mario World was a blast to play. It was so much different than Mario, the original Super Mario Brothers, and of course, they had the arcade version of Super Mario Brothers, and the help of the play choice in the arcades really, helped Nintendo out. But this Super Nintendo had Super Mario, and it was really cool, and it, was released here and pretty much launched the very first real console wars between Sega and the NES. Which brings me to the rise of the 3D gaming. Because in 1995, Sega released in North America its Saturn system, the first 32-bit console that played games on CD rather than cartridges. Now, I remember getting a PlayStation, and it was coming right about the same time. So, 5 months, it was pretty much 5 months ahead of schedule for the Sega, Saturn that came out, to compete with the Sony's, first rendition of their gaming, the PlayStation. Which, by the way, the PlayStation sold $100 less than the Saturn when it launched. And later that year, and in the following years, Nintendo released its cartridge-based 64-bit system, the N64. Now, I didn't play the N64 all that much until later on in life, and the Sega Saturn, I played a little bit. A friend of mine had one, but man, I tell you what, that PlayStation was near and dear to my heart, and that's what I wound up getting. So I originally had, the ColecoVision, and then I bumped up to the Nintendo NES, and then the Super Nintendo, and of course the PlayStation followed through. And I was a PlayStation fan of the 1 and the 2 up until when the 3 came out. So let's talk about the modern age of gaming. Because in 2005 and 2006, there was Microsoft's Xbox 360, of course Sony's PlayStation 3, and Nintendo's Wii. Pretty much kicked off the modern age of high-definition gaming. Though the PlayStation 3 was the only system that had capabilities to play Blu-rays, it was successful in its own right. And Sony, for the first time, faced off its stiff competition of the rivals and was making leadway only because it could play Blu-rays. And hopefully I'm not wrong, I think that was the cheapest Blu-ray you could buy at the time, because those damn things were pretty expensive. Now, here's a cool segment that I have on the show each and every week. It's called This Week in Video Games. It's pretty much where I dive in and talk about video game releases, hardware releases, video games and pop culture, stuff like that happened in history. And on this day of April 23rd, 1993 for the Famicom, we got DuckTales 2. In 1993 for the Mega Drive, we got Desert Strike, Return to the Gulf, and we had a console launch in 1993, the Sega CD Model 2. In 1998, Nintendo purchased a minority share in Left Field Productions. Now on April 24th of 1990, for the Famicom, we got Bomberman. And for the Nintendo Switch in 2018, we got South Park, The Fractured Butthole. And man, that game is killer. If you haven't had a chance to play it, you should check it out. I play it a lot, and it's just like playing the cartoon. Now on April 25th of 1986 for the Famicom, we got Gradius. It's a really cool shooter, and I enjoy playing that one a lot. For the Famicom in 1989, we have River City Ransom, and we have an acquisition in 2008. Codemasters acquired Sega Racing Studios. Now, on April 26th of 1990, we had a console launch of the Neo Geo rental system in Japan. 1991 for the Famicom, we got Magic Darts, and we had another console launch in 1991, the Game Gear. That's a cool little system. In 1999 for the N64, we got Super Smash Bros. And that was a really cool game to play as well. April 27th in 1990 for NES, we got Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. For the N64 in 1997, we got Star Fox 64. And in 2008, for the Wii, we got Mario Kart Wii. Now here's something cool. On April 28th of 1980, 43 years ago, we got the Gaming Watch. And that pretty much changed a lot in the industry. About 34 years ago, in 1989 for the NES, we got Super Mario Bros. 2 because we couldn't get enough of Super Mario Bros. So they had to do a sequel. And on 2017, for the Nintendo Switch, we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. On April 29th, we got for the Sega Mega Drive and the Super Famicom, 1994. We have NBA Jams, and in 1997 for the N64 we got Wave Racer 64. And in 1998 we got for the PlayStation, we got Resident Evil 2, and that game is killer, man. If you haven't checked it out by now, you should. I played the original, and the remake was really awesome. And in 2008 for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, Grand Theft Auto 4 came out. And that was your recap of what happened in this week in video games.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtle power.
Oh yeah. This is the game we're highlighting this week, and it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga Collection. I'm digging this. It's by Digital Eclipse. It came out last year in August. And man, it's pretty cool. So we dive in here and check it out a little bit. We got the games here. I didn't play online yet. We got the Turtles Lair. Options. Let's check out the Turtles Lair. Okay, cool. Boxes and manuals. Ads and catalogs. Comic books. Animated shows. Behind the scenes. And the music. And a strategy guide. Let's check that out. Now, I'm not going to go through everything because I want to spoil it for some of you. You can interact by hitting the X button. Nice. Oh, look at that. It says watch. That's kind of cool. I'll show you a little bit about the game. That's kind of cool. So, that is really awesome. So not everything you can watch. Okay. This is really killer. Okay, so whenever on the bottom right hand side you can see it says watch. You can check it out. That's really cool. Alright. So pretty much for all the games they have on this collection, it looks like the Nintendo power of all this, you know? That's kind of cool. Right on, man. Right on. I'm digging it. Alright. I don't want to spend too much time on all this. The box art. Alright. Kind of cool. Alright. Like I said, I don't want to go through everything. I just want to get an idea. Okay, it actually gives you all the manual. Wow. That's cool. Alright. You know, that's really a badass thing that they did here. Because a lot of times, you know, growing up, we got the game and the manuals were really cool in helping us out. Man, this is really cool. Now, I've been playing this collection a little bit for the game. Well, I've been playing a lot, but I haven't really checked out much of this section here. So, yeah, man, this is pretty badass. Wow. You know, I should. It would have been helpful if I knew about this, playing some of those games. But if you're like me, you pretty much, you know, just put the game in and check it out. Let's check out these advertisements. Nice little walk through memory lane. Now, you know, I don't remember that. Huh. But yeah, I remember growing up with the Turtles. They had, they were everywhere. I mean, we had the cartoons. We also had the movies. I don't know if you remember all the movies, but it was 1990 when the first movie came out. I'm sure the show came out in the 80s in cartoons. I didn't really watch them much growing up in the 80s. More of a Bugs Bunny kind of guy. But I did get into the Turtles video games, and that's what drew me in. And a buddy of mine would, you know, have the comics. Alright, let's check this out. Letter from Konami. If you guys want to pause all that, read it, you can. Let's see here, they had Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. That came out a year later, 91. So, yeah, they had a hit on their hands. And then they followed that one up in 93 with Ninja Turtles 3. That was kind of cool. Alright. There's a lot to go through. Like I said, I won't go through a lot. But here's the comic books that came out. Yeah, so this is the one that I remember my friend having. And speaking of movies, what do you guys think about that new Ninja Turtles movie coming out? It's a trip, man. It's supposed to be released August of this year. And it's got Seth Rogen in it. He's playing Bebop. Let's see here. Okay. Aw. You know, I thought they were going to show you, like, the show. It'd be cool if they have the shows here. But I guess they couldn't do that. Yeah, just like clips. Let's see here. How many seasons did they have? Oh, wow. Yeah, that new movie's coming out, and you know, I watched the '90s movies. I ran them at Blockbuster when I was there. All right, let's check out the games. There's your arcade version. Turtles in Time. I played that one a lot more than I did play this one here. Yeah, Turtles in Time was my very first arcade version game I played, and then I remember playing the console games. This looks like this is for the Super Nintendo. There's your Sega. I like that game. It was pretty cool. It reminded me of Turtles in Time. Fighting games. You know, I love these fighting games. This is your PlayStation, not PlayStation, Nintendo version. I wonder what's better. Oh, look, you got Game Boy. I wonder what's better, the Nintendo version of the fighting game or Sega Genesis. Alright. Well, let's check out a game here. Let's go to the fires. Yeah, I played this a lot, and I played the Nintendo version, but you know what? For the life of me, I can't figure out what the difference is. Tournament versus story battle. Let's check out the story battle.
Turtle combat!
I guess it'll be rough. I really don't have a preference. Okay.
Round one. Fight!
Hopefully I'll do well. Alright. There we go. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Okay, I'm not doing good. Oh no. Come on. Alright, I'm getting some punches in. Is that like a shark? Am I fighting a shark? Yeah, I lost.
Round two. Fight!
Alright. It's been a minute since I played this. Oh no. Really? Oh, come on now. Oh no. I think I need to get the instruction booklet. I'm not doing good. Come on. Alright. Oh man. Alright, that didn't work out too well. I'm out of here. See how do I get out of here? Oh, there you go. So you got top right button. Quit game. Yes, I want to quit. Let's see what this is like. Okay, that was the Nintendo, so this is going to be the Sega. That's the one I remember playing a lot more of. I'll do one player. Okay, that's right, because you can pick from more people. I'll be April. Let's see what kind of moves she's got. Oh, you change speed and power. I'm not gonna change it. You can pick planets and stuff. All right. Oh, that's right. Man, it's been a while. I'll pick the ship.
Round one. Fight!
April versus April, huh? Call clone April. Oh wow, okay. I'm getting it. I'm remembering. Come on, April. Don't take that from yourself. Oh no. Okay. That's not good.
Round 2, fight!
I really like the idea that they kept the racial aspect. Come on, man. That's a crazy move. It's like girl fight. Yeah, slapping each other. I meant that in the best way. Please don't send me hate mail, girls. I love you guys. Oh no! Come on! This ain't going to happen well. I'm not gonna get a break. I'm not getting a break. Alright. Round 3. Round 3? Oh, I gotta continue. Yeah. Alright. Get out of that one. I'm not trying to play like a lot of games. Just want to play a little bit with you guys. I'm not gonna play the Game Boy games here, but I want to play Turtles in Time. I don't know which one I want. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. Winners do not use drugs. I remember seeing that on all the games in the 80s.
Pizza power!
I hope I don't get copyright strike.
Let's kick shell! Let's kick shell!
This is April O'Neil reporting.
Hey, Krang! Bring that statue back, you bloated beanbag!
Alright, see. Yeah, I could do a lot better here than... I guess because I played it a lot more. Alright.
Pizza time!
Yes, gotta get your pizza in. I remember Pizza Hut doing a special with the Turtles. They gave you a coupon. I think you got, if you brought the game, you got a free pizza? Oh no. Alright. Really?
Prepare to die!
Oh yeah? I always thought the guy was wearing 3D glasses. Now why can't his... Okay, go. There you go.
Pizza time!
Load me up with that pizza.
Terminate the turtle.
Come on. Alright. Oh no. Come down here. Come on. Oh no. Forward. Oh man. All right.
Cowabunga!
Cowabunga, dude.
Cool off, sucker.
Yeah, totally throwback to the 80s. I just remember playing this a lot, putting a lot of quarters in here. I was addicted to this. I mean, because when I died, you shoving those quarters in.
Pizza time.
Yes. I hate that robot. Back off, robot. Yeah, I just recently, not too long ago, watched those 80s Ninja Turtles movies. They didn't age too well, but I did enjoy watching it. Pretty much for nostalgia, you know? I know some of you guys probably watched those movies in the theater. I never did.
Pizza power.
There you go.
Cool off, sucker.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that new Ninja Turtles movie. I like Seth Rogen, so I mean, I hope it's good. I will check it out, but I heard it's a cartoon animation.
Pizza time.
Come on.
I'm going to mangle you green slime balls.
Oh no. Come on. Oh, well, come on. I've gotten past this guy before. What's wrong? No, no, nope. Come on.
Oh, shell shock.
Oh, man. Well, that was fun. Well, guys, I appreciate the hang time. Thanks for hanging out with me on my very first episode of the Collector Zone live stream. As usual, we'll catch you on the next one next Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.